I got it last night. This was a full refinish. The finish was just cooked. So it still has the old factory number. Factory, maybe an inventory number or maybe a model number or something. This is not that old. This is probably, I don't know. What are this thing, Randy? 1930s or something, or 20s, or maybe 40s? It's the 20th century. It's not old. It was kind of funny because most of my friends' families, you know, you had a dining table and you never saw that thing come or go your whole life. But my father would be like, okay, guys, let's take the dining table out and put it in the truck. I sold it. Always this kind of thing. But it was really interesting growing up because he loved art, antiques. And when I got the course catalog for my classes at FIT, there was an antique furniture restoration major, a 4-year BFA program in what was called decorative arts restoration. I had met Randy, my business partner. We were both classmates at the Smithsonian, and he had lived in Baltic. So in 1999, 2000, we began Fallon & Wilkinson LLC. Yeah, this is kind of cool. This is the original plans for the studio. This had all been one lot, and this represents, so this is our road. This is about where we come in right now at the gate to come into our studio. And this property, you know, way back was something to do with the mill. I think there was some structures on here. Yeah, it is a cool feeling here. It's a neat historic town, you know. And you can find where the plane comes in and start smoothing it so that everything aligns. And then you know you got your rough shape, and then you can smooth it from there with kind of a combination. You can use a chisel, but you can also use sandpaper. There was a vibrant community here. I mean, I was told there was a bowling alley and there was a movie theater. So it definitely must have felt a lot different back then. Oh yeah, look at that Main Street Baltic with all the trees. 1880. It still was a working class town, but really pretty, you know, in comparison. Even looking at this photo, I can recognize that structure, that style of structure. There was remnants of that out there when we first bought the property. It was just the masonry part left for the most part, but it was still there. I'm trying to figure out is why this broke. See this break? See that? So we got to take that all apart. So we'll clear this out. Let's get that tack, those tacks out. See, those are going to impede us. These. So this is a water reversible glue called Old Brown glue. And the reason we use it is it has a bit of a long open time, so it doesn't lock up right away. So you can make sure that the whole joint has exposure to the glue. And I'm going to get squeeze out evenly, see that? Opposite clamps. We're going to center those right in the middle so we know. And then we'll increase the pressure. And that should hold pretty good. So the shellac is the binder, the alcohol is the carrier, and then these are the pigments and dyes. So the thing about them is, see how that red comes through? And if I take this mixed aniline, and if you look closely, see the different colors that are in it? There's green and red and blue. So it's little powders of different colors to form a brown. Whereas something like the red is a primary color on its own, just red. Depending on the disbursement that you create, what happens in reality is it creates a pretty convincing retouch that, you know, once it's down the floor, you'll never be able to tell. And we'll layer it in. I always like to work a little at a time to bring it in. So here, we're going to pull this across. This is definitely the coolest thing because it just starts to really blend in.
just terrific. Another fire at the mill.
Oh my goodness.
That's insane. That's crazy. Look at that.
We would always look out and see that structure remaining there, and it was kind of nice, like old remnant of the mill. You know, of all the things the mill had been through, and then to have it end like that was really tough to see. Yeah, I think there's still an appreciation for materials that are from a bygone era, if you will. When you look at the labor that created them and the materials that were available, they're so entirely different from the economy of what we have now and the materials that we have available now. It would be a fortune in today's labor market to create what was created, just because it's so specialized and we've lost a lot of it and it's so labor intensive. And number two, the materials have become so scarce. So like that part to me is always really interesting compared to this kind of knockoff disposable culture that we tend to have now with furniture and things. You know, this chest, 1760, and it's still being used to house someone's clothing. I mean, that's incredible.